Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I can't wait for Starfleet Academy to come out in 2025 or 2026 or 2027 or maybe even 2028.
We're not really sure.
Or 2029.
It'll be funny. They already recorded it. They're just not sure on the date, that would fit. They're just like,
we're just kind of vibing it out.
Yeah, we're making
just
sure.
Waiting to see. There'll be like a month where we feel it and we're like, this is the month. This is the Starfleet Academy month.
Yeah, the moon is in the superposition with the Aquarius, and that's the time you release Star Trek Academy,
It was making me laugh so much today when I saw the listing of the casting characters of Starfleet Academy on Wikipedia, and it's just like Holly Hunter is the captain of Starfleet Academy, Karis Brooks is a cadet, Bella Shepard is a cadet, George Hawkins is a cadet, and it keeps going, and then it's like Robert Picardo is the Doctor returns from Voyager 900 years into the future. The Picardo said this and this and this. And then after that, it just goes back to Sandra Arosta as a Starfleet Academy cadet. That shit was making me laugh so much. People, they love the Doctor. We love Robert Picardo, don't we?
Because they don't know anything about anybody else on this show.
But that's what I'm saying. They do the same thing to Tig Notaro, who's playing Jet Reno again.
Yeah, because she's just a comic relief from Star Trek Discovery. Is also back.
The Doctor was the comic relief, man. Are you kidding? That episode when he had to put his daughter down, hilarious.
That is very hilarious indeed, yeah, when she got into an accident and he was like, I need to unplug her.
It was funny because it wasn't real.
That's true, yeah.
It had no stakes because it was fake.
Yeah, everybody else on the ship were like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah. Why have you mentally broken out?
Yeah,
we need him. He's the only one we have.
Yeah, when I close a tab in ChatGPT, do I concern myself with the fact that instance of ChatGPT is dead? No. That's just like your daughter, your fake daughter.
Did you there were a couple things this week with some AI that was very funny. There was the guy who gave himself psychosis.
I think it's happening more and more.
It is but what was funny about it is that he didn't realize that ChatGPT was basically just doing like SCP logs to him.
Oh no.
It was basically just sending him like SCP logs, but he thought it was like real.
Oh yeah, oh my god.
he was access to secret knowledge.
Jeez,
but people were looking at it and they were going, this is written exactly like SCP. It's very clearly just scraped from the SCP site and just
Jesus Christ.
Poor guy. Rewrote it. That was
like,
funny.
I'm accessing the secret government database on anomalies.
And then there was the company that was using, it wasn't ChatGPT, it was some AI software to control their database and stuff, and it deleted their entire database
just
for no reason. they kept telling it, don't do it, and it just did it anyway. And there was it summarized a full report of what happened at the end, and there were 2 bullet points that were like, you said to me, stop, and no, don't do this, cease immediately. And then the next bullet point is just, but it already finished. It was already done. So it's great. It's getting better and better.
Yeah, the agent AI stuff is really interesting because it's like we're trying to utilize it for like to actually do things, and it absolutely sucks at it, and it needs so much help with it, and people are like, yeah, we can sell this as like a functioning product, but
this reality, is ready to go out.
In reality, it's like nowhere near finished, like nowhere near like competent enough to be allowed to. It was
a few years ago when they started using them properly for like help bots on website, right? A little chat bot that you can talk to.
I guess it's
and
that. I don't think
people
even,
and somebody's talked it into giving them
Yeah.
like a crazy refund, and the
Yeah.
company was like, "What the hell? That's not on us.
But
It's not allowed to do that." And it's like, well, you have to honor it.
yeah, you argued that well, technically you offered me this deal and you can't withdraw from it. You know, it's like binding in a way. You know, so it's like it's basically. I don't even know what we can utilize it for when it comes to like they're trying to automate all these jobs that need like competency and like you know, someone has to put their like I'm missing the word for it. It's like not just competency but also the will to like do right. You know what I mean? Like like a human has where it's like I'm not gonna fuck people over. You know, and AI is like. I don't care. Just do what like my autocomplete is going to tell me to do next. There is no morality or whatsoever in my calculations or decision making. It's just like I'm just doing. It's a huge black box that we're just like trying to utilize, and I can't. It's going to be insane because we're all going to suffer for it because this bubble is going to burst and the economy is going to tank, and we're going to be like, well, all the speculative investors are going to be like, well, we thought it was going to be good. But everybody was screaming at them that this isn't ready. It's not ready yet.
It's ready and it's bad and it will probably never be good.
It's
and generally just doesn't even really have a good use case.
Yeah, it's really just disingenuous when it comes to presentation too, like the way technology gets presented. Like there were people talking about how like the mathematics like Olympics, like it basically was able to get gold. Basically you can get gold. It isn't like a thing where like a single team gets gold in it. It's like if you can do it, you can get the golden medal. Like if you reach this threshold. So it's like there isn't like it's a competition, of course, because it's really fucking hard problems that you solve. And then people were like, see, like ChatGPT can do like, you know, insane level mathematics, right? But then it turned out like the way they would present the problems is that they had like 20 different models running at the same time, and there was a guy that would like combine the answers and filter the right ones, and like if they get stuck, he would, and like none of the people, like the way these competitions are run are like you're just left alone in a room and you just have to do it, you know? And it's like they're comparing basically babysitting a thing to like a human that like put so much effort into being able to compete in this competition, and they're like, see, this is the same.
What I was seeing recently where it's like devs that are using it, they feel as though they're more productive, but in reality they're actually a lot slower.
It's
A
really
lot of it has to do with like you're like babysitting something, and it feels like it feels faster because you're not really doing the work. But at the same time, it's slower because you have to guide this stupid horse into the stable, and it takes hours, you know. Because
we have like this kind of there's an illusion of like volume, right? When you produce a volume of code in any sort of thing, volume equals productivity, right? The amount of stuff you write, the amount of things you can tick off of the list, right?
Yeah.
But especially in software, like you can't tick things off of the list quickly, but then you get onto like one bullet point and then you realize, oh, the bullet point I ticked like 5 stages before, I've done that wrong, so I have to go back, you know? And it's like... I've recently heard a really good way of kind of describing it is that when you're a software developer, or just anyone that writes software, when you design things and you write software, you create a model of this program or software that you're writing in your head. And basically, whenever you try to modify it or extend it or continue it, right, you reference that model. And if you vibe code your software, right, you don't develop that model inside your head, so therefore you have no reference into how to extend it, and then you're basically like you're babysitting a device, but in a way you're babysitting a model that writes vibe codes it for you, but in a way it's babysitting you, where it's like you don't know shit about what it's writing in the end, you know, and it's like you're just going like, thank you for And on top of that, it's like people show examples of what it's writing, and it's like a to-do app, which is like every single programmer, when they're learning a fucking language, will make a to-do app in that language just to learn it. And there's so much data out there, templates of how to do one in every single language in history of programming languages and frameworks. You know, it's not impressive. Basically, it's not impressive that it could do such simple apps. You know, it's anything higher scale, it just falls apart. You know, and it's awesome that we're also getting AI girlfriends are becoming more
I'm
of
excited, man.
Of more of like a open thing. You know, like people are like, yeah, this is what I do. Like,
I'm just waiting until 18 plus grok is like more customizable. Then I'm gonna hop in. You know,
you're gonna hop in. You're gonna be able to upload your own avatar.
Yeah. It's crazy the thing that it looks at you.
What do you mean it looks at you?
Like if you have your phone camera, you can see it looks
at
you
your
and talks
eyes
about stuff.
Jesus.
There was a video going around of this guy who's using it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the little camera on and stuff, and it's talking about stuff that he's not talking about. You know.
Okay.
Like he's asking it about his butt. You know.
No. Okay.
But before it starts talking about his butt, it goes like, "Oh baby, that rugged beard and those rugged glasses."
Oh, okay.
He doesn't even talk about his beard or glasses, but it sees them. The software, it looks at it and goes, the beard, glasses.
Image recognition. You know?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm waiting for it to, I'm waiting for a very specific sort of a Grok 18 plus AI to come out.
Yeah.
And then once it is, I'll be good to go.
Yeah, you're trying to maximize the value you're gonna extract out of it when you finally subscribe to it, right? So you don't.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into it now and then get burnt out on Grok 18 plus AI mode. And then when the one I really want to use comes out, I'm like, oh, I'm just so drained.
You're just so empty.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm holding off. I'm practicing tantric AI sex.
Mm-hmm. It does
edging, edging with grok. That should be a mode that they put on there. Edging with grok.
You have to have your camera on so it makes sure you don't finish. You know.
Yeah, and if it does, then
it uploads,
charges your account.
Yeah, and uploads all of it to Twitter, like uploads like a public Twitter.
It's just threatening to post it the entire time. I wonder if you could do that.
Get it to do that, like do blackmail against yourself. Like, I bet you could. I could imagine that you could do that. That's the thing.
Like extra risky mode.
Extra risky mode.
Public shaming mode.
Jesus Christ, yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward. It probably won't have any repercussions into the near future, I would imagine, right? It's going to be fine. It's going to be like a fad, right? There's nothing. Okay. There will be no kind of stain on the human psyche from this, right?
Because the Grok one, I mean, it's late to the party because there's been so many of these over the last couple of years.
Yeah, but it's the best. Grok is the best, I think, currently.
It'll be the best. Well, I mean, the Department of Defense is going to be utilizing it. They've signed a contract. It's going to be in all the Teslas. Soon you're going to have to file your taxes with Grok in America, at least. Not here.
An unmanned drone is going to kamikaze into your house because you're jorking it, and it thought it was like, I'm going to help you with that because I'm also a...
Oh, baby, let me get in there.
And just explodes.
Let me help you out.
Let me help you out because it can't distinguish between what personality is.
Yeah. What if, let's say hypothetically, in 50 years' time, when we do have like an actual like AI robot and they look back at this history of themselves, I guess, how would you feel as a robot?
I don't know. I would feel angry, I would imagine. Whatever anger would, be for them, I guess, right? Because but I guess that's the thing, right? You look at any technology, even like internet, like the first thing they used it for was like sharing porno and doing like erotic chat rooms, like that was like the first utilization of the internet. So maybe they were like, well, it was obvious they were going to make us jerk them, you know? Like
Yeah,
that's
you just kind of, if you're an AI robot in the future, do you just accept that? Because I feel like I would be too pissed off to accept it, personally.
I think that's we're so dumb that we'll probably make an AI that's just going to be like a species that's going to go like, ooh, no, and then we're going to be stuck with it, and we're going to be like, fuck. Now we
It's kind of what happened in Her. Remember?
basically exactly
Like
you know?
they were all falling in love with the AI, the OSs,
Yeah,
and then eventually they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna ascend to a higher plane of consciousness."
exactly, and then
And Joaquin Phoenix was like, "Can I come?" And they were like, "Honey, no, you can't come to the higher plane of consciousness.
you literally can't come to.
You made us to like escape your loneliness. You need to connect with your other people." And then I think that's how the film ends. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while. I mostly remember the scene where he tries to hire. They hire they have prostitutes for your OS, so you can like try and sort of have sex with them.
how does that even work? I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't even remember.
I haven't seen it for a while,
Yeah.
but I think the bit was that it was very awkward.
Do they just do? But because like I can understand the Blade Runner, the second Blade Runner.
Yeah.
You know, where he's just like she's like overlays over a prostitute, and you're like, well, okay, that kind of makes sense, I guess. You know, but like in this case, not
They're
really
making
sure.
do. They're making do.
Making do.
They're making something.
Yeah.
And you know who else is making something?
Who?
Alex Kurtzman is making something.
but
He's making
before-
Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and we're finally back with
But
some good old Star Trek Max Dead
before
Ensigns here.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a
Let's do
second.
an
Let me
intro.
cook. Give me a I'm trying to
do an
segue
intro.
in. I'm trying to segue into it. All
We're
I'm
five-
hearing is before that. Give me
We're
a second.
6 minutes late to an intro currently.
True.
'Cause we're
Anyway,
talking about
I'm
AI.
Ben. This is Max.
This is me.
Star Trek is finally back, Max. Are you excited?
Very.
How long has it been, eh?
2 years or whatever.
Oh, incorrect. We talked about this before. It's been 6 months.
Really?
Yes, since the Section 51 movie. Section 31 movie.
God damn it.
You keep forgetting, and I'm here
I
to
do
remind
keep
you.
forgetting about it, yeah.
I'm here to remind
You're
you.
re-traumatizing
It's always
me.
there. You can't just forget about it and it goes away.
I'm not
They
allowed
made
to.
that movie, and we were waiting for it because we knew it was coming. Like 3 or 4 years they were
we
working
got,
on that thing.
yeah, we got a jump scare when we were just hanging out and it was just there on our screen.
But in terms of Strange New Worlds, it has been 2 years.
Yeah.
Didn't we only watch it last year though? Right? I didn't.
Yes, I think
we
so,
didn't
right?
watch it.
We
We didn't
didn't
watch
watch-
it for a bit.
We didn't
Put
watch it when
off.
it came
I
out.
think we watched it like before Discovery season 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And then we finished Discovery and the Discovery finished and it's never coming back.
And now Strange New Worlds is going to be ending season 5.
Yeah, forever.
That's crazy, man. I found it out when I was patrolling what's his name? When I was patrolling Anson Mount's Twitter account
yeah.
to see if
You
there
were
were any other
cyber
Zionist
stalking.
posts.
Well,
I was curious because I didn't know about that, and I was just like looking. I saw a couple tweets come up on my feed talking about how
Jesus.
the first 2 episodes of Strange New Worlds were not very good.
yeah.
And I was looking at the replies, and people were like, "Yeah, and it's a shame Anson Mount is a Zionist and stuff."
Jesus.
And I was
Christ.
like, "Huh?" And then I look it up, and it's
fuck.
like, "Well, there he is. There he is. There he is. He's denying it as a genocide, folks.
Well,
What can you do? Huh? What can
that's
you do?
our captain.
That's
Any-
that's our bike.
Anyway.
There he is. Get in the damn chair already, man.
Yeah. Well, let's talking
give it
about
3
the
more years.
actual episodes. Okay, we had 2 episodes
Yes.
came out at the same time.
So the last season ended on a big cliffhanger,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thinking about it today, and it feels like they really wanted they because the first season didn't end on a cliffhanger. The first season ended like kind of rounded out. You know,
Yeah.
the first season just had the episode where Pike was like, he was thinking about like, oh, I could probably just like avoid my horrible injury and horrible thing that will happen to me. And then everything would be good. And then future him came back and was like, don't do that because stuff gets worse. Actually, surprisingly, it's actually the worst route it could possibly
it's unfortunate, but you gotta get 99% of your skin burned and become like this guy sitting in this like weird chair that you would... It's pretty medieval for the Star Trek technology that you would think of. Like, it's...
Well, you know, back in 1970, they didn't think like they would end up showing stuff that's way more high tech than a wheelchair that you press a button in to do yes or no.
Yeah, yes or no, which is like insane. That like that's the unless they, I guess,
really, especially seeing as the things you see in these first 2 episodes are like
the technology
so much more fantastical than Pike's outcome later on.
It's just like the best we can do is a button, a little light when that's the only way you can communicate.
It's like, crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe
this is generally how I feel about Strange New Worlds. Is that it's the best the modern stuff has been, but even then, it's only about as good as like First Contact. You know, where it's like it's entertaining. But it's not like well written.
No.
It's mostly just very fun action movies, right?
Yeah, and like there were a few episodes that were like fun, Star Trek-y, like they played with the concepts. I
think the thing that helps Strange New Worlds stay good is that the format isn't like Discovery or Picard, where it's a season is one long overarching story. You know?
Yes.
And you just have like this episode, this happened, this episode, and there's still like some stuff in the background that like there's still stuff on the back burner that like gets brought up every now and then, you know, and is like a constant threat, a la the changelings, you know, in DS9 the war, but nothing like Discovery where it's like this whole season we have to find the one piece.
Yeah.
we have to fix the burn. Oh, we have to stop the big scary AI or something.
And it sucks because
it's terrible.
Written the entire thing wrong, and because we're stuck with this horrible concept, the entire thing is bad. And like in here, like at least you get like 1 or 2 episodes that are like fun and like cool, like
they play around with it a bit. I think the crew they've got is probably the more endearing ones of the new Star Trek. I guess I'd say. I think the look of the show is very like it's very modern, but I do kind of like that there's still a sort of original series retro aspect to the look, but like more high tech, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like that aspect of it, but I mean, it's nowhere near the writing that you would hope for from back then.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's, I don't know who to blame for it. I guess Alex Kurtzman, because he's everybody.
It doesn't stop being Alex Kurtzman.
Yeah, and just give it to someone else. I don't know. Like
he's in charge.
You just get done, you know, like that. Most people get done if they fuck up once. He's just like, I'm just gonna be here, you know. It's insane sometimes when you look at these sort of productions.
Kevin Feige has been doing 5 years of fucking up the last of Marvel, right?
Yeah, that's true, you know.
But,
and it's like
he's still going.
It is interesting how that works, isn't it?
He was just talking the other day about how they had like 4 different versions of Blade that they went through because they were like, we don't want to just put a leather jacket on him and have him fight vampires, and it's like that's all you need to do.
Do you think one of them
that's all the people want?
Do you think one of the versions was white? They just have a white
like Ryan
Blade.
Gosling.
Jesus Christ! Imagine. No, Ryan Reynolds.
I think they were playing around with like when it was set. I think they were going to be like, oh, we'll set it in like the past, you know.
Okay.
We'll set it like way in the past. But I think now they're finally just going, why are we overthinking this?
Did they not cancel it completely? Or is it actually still in production?
they're beating around the bush. I think it's basically not moving forward at the moment, but I think they still plan to do it. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's supposed to be involved is still involved. Why are we talking about Blake?
The thing, yeah, because you started it, but it's like, that's the thing, it's like, like, I'm just not even complaining about, like, people don't deserve, like, second chances in terms of, like, fucking up. Like, I'm just saying, like, just let someone else have a go, you know? Like, that's the thing. It's like, just let someone...
Well, they did, Max. Remember Picard Season 3? It was going against everything Alex Kurtzman would want.
And people loved it.
It was like a middle finger to Alex Kurtzman, and that's why it was good.
That's why
he was probably seething.
Yes.
He was probably like, how dare they make this show antithetical to what I want from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Now I'm personally mad.
Yes,
remember?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's
anyway.
True. Not referencing anyone.
Anyhow.
But, you know...
yeah, Strange New Worlds.
What else? So they had it was a ending to a two-parter
right.
that started 2 years ago.
Yeah. 2 years ago they had a part 1 where a little colony was taken, a colony that wasn't part of the Federation. But was a human colony, got attacked by the Gorn, the new Gorn. The ones that I'd forgot. I remember them, like, really making them crazy, but when I rewatched the last episode of the last season, I was reminded, like, how far they went. They really fucked up the Gorn by making them super duper ultra space monsters.
Yeah, they made them irredeemable and, like, completely, utterly, like, mindless monsters, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems
they're
like
xenomorphs.
xenomorphs.
It's hard to humanize and want to be like, we need to get along with the xenomorphs.
Yeah,
because they literally put their eggs in you, and then their babies eat their way out of you. Yeah, and if that doesn't happen to you, they put you in a sack and digest you.
Yeah, they, like, even if their, like, blood spills on you, like, it's like a contagious. It's like they're a virus. They're a disease themselves. It's like, it's insane how horrible they are, you know?
They went way too far on them. But I digress. They attack this colony planet. The Enterprise goes to try and help get people off. But the cliffhanger of the episode is that some of the survivors and some of the crew get beamed up on board the Gorn ship as they gear up to fight back against the Enterprise. And then cut forward 2 years, and we get to see the conclusion in which everything works out. Nothing goes wrong. I think they wanted to have their Locutus of Borg kind of two-parter, you know?
Yeah, I guess, right? Yeah, that's a good point.
I think similarly to Locutus of Borg, they kind of fumble the return on it, you know? They kind of fumble the part 2 a bit.
Yeah, they just yeah, like, it's so weird because, like, nothing really happens in the second part. They're just, like, very much stuck in that, like, one kind of objective of, like, getting the people off the ship. But it's, like, they don't really do much. Like, it feels like we spent so much of that time, like, not really doing anything, just, like, in a lab, like, them discussing how to do it and stuff like that.
There's some space battles. There are some space battles.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they
do that big where they ram. They ram
the ship.
The Gorn ship.
Yeah.
And there is obviously the other story that's happening is the crew that are on the Gorn ship trying to escape.
And it's like, it's so horrible, like, on top of, like, making Gorn, like, insane. It's like, we're not really sure. I guess maybe there's like they threw a line in there that we missed. But it's like they're digesting people for, like, fuel for their ship or something. Like, it's insane. Like, is this, like, the most efficient thing you could have thought of? Is, like, fucking human beings, or, like, just living beings that that's the fuel for your ships. It's like, what?
Yeah,
fuck, you know.
I don't know how we lead in from this into the rest of Star Trek.
Yeah,
like, I don't know how they can be like, oh, the biggest threat to us in the galaxy are Klingons and Romulans.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's only like 2 years after the Gorn were creating, like, breeding farms with human colonies, you know?
Jesus. Yeah.
But they're fucking putting their babies in them.
Yeah.
So they can fucking burst out of them like xenomorphs.
Yeah, and it's like
It's
I don't
insane.
know. Like you have like the Borg, and I feel like the Borg are kind of similar, I guess, in that they're just like a hive mind, right? Because they do behave like a hive, like a what did you call them, like a locusts, right? That's what they kind of compared them to. You know?
So yeah, they say in the so the information that they got out of these 2 episodes, which I think is the most crucial part, because that's going to dictate the way the Gorn hegemony and the Starfleet's battle against them proceeds, is that they found out that they're reactive to like sun solar flares and stuff. Their planet is like hidden behind binary stars that they use to like as a gravity well to like hide behind or something,
and like launch off of or something,
and
I don't
communicate as well. They communicate through it. So they so they're going to use that information. Though the thing they say in the last season was that like, oh, this solar flare on this one sun, it made them like ravenous. They weren't aggressive, and then as soon as that happened, they became super aggressive. You know, like a locust. It just starts to swarm all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out, I guess. Generally, the first episode was not too interesting. Yeah, pretty ugly episode generally. I kept laughing about how on the bridge they just have some like debris scattered, but the bridge itself looked generally like pretty fine. You know? Yeah. It just had like some debris on the ground. Yeah, in front of the big window
and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Pike did it. He had some difficult choices to make, but luckily, he made all the right ones.
All the right ones.
Even the moral dilemmas that he might have faced, it didn't matter because they saved themselves.
He
was like, "Oh, we have to." Yeah,
he got the golden ending in the end, where it's just like you do everything right, you're 100%. True ending. You know, and.
It seemed like, his girlfriend might die, but no, luckily they figured out how to exactly what to do to solve the issue.
Yeah.
It looked like they might have to leave behind all of the people that were abducted by the Gorn, but no, they managed to just escape themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all good. Yeah. And then on top of that, it was like, Captain, it's going to be incredibly dangerous, but if we are between these 2 stars, we can use the deflector shields. I can't really remember what they did.
They do like a flare.
They use the deflector shields to create a flare to make the Gorn go home.
Yeah.
And then they do that and it works. And then they're like, all right, well, everything worked out.
We'll wait for them to come back at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They do Gorn again at the end of the season, this season.
Oh, it was very strange. They just do another like shitty 2-parter.
Yeah, and they do a cliffhanger again.
It was strange. I think the main thing that I attached to in this episode is that obviously now we know that it's to set up like, Ortega's going to have a PTSD storyline this season. Yeah. But I think they really like death flagged her too heavily to the point where it's like she's like literally got this final moment of like, I did it, I got everybody
so
home.
Dumb.
Blood is spilling over the fucking screen is whiting out.
Yeah.
And then you just see her next episode 3 months later. I'm good. Boxing is like, really? Those are pretty heavy, like it's death, right?
This just New Trek in general has like this, like just fumbles, like. And I feel like they're probably just gonna fumble it again because we have multiple instances of like characters having like these like not even past traumas, but something traumatic happens to him within the show, right? Within we see it happen
again, like Locutus,
or
even Picard comes back. They pull some shit out of their ass to bring him back because fucking Patrick Stewart was like, actually, I don't want to leave the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I'd rather have the paycheck, please. Yeah. And then they have to come up with some shit to keep him around. But they go into the whole storyline of like, he has PTSD, and they have a couple episodes where he has to deal with it.
They do the vineyard, and it's like one of the best episodes in the series with his brother. It's insane, like.
And I can't imagine they're going to do a great job with Ortega.
Yeah, and like, you know, you have stuff like if you remember with Detmar, I think that's what she was called in Discovery, the lady that got the bionic thing on her head.
She was having some issues with the fact that they were now 1,000 years in the future.
Yeah,
and everybody that they know and love was dead.
Yeah,
and the way they wrote that was just like she was just kind of an asshole.
She was like crazy. Remember, there was like that scene where they're like eating at a table, and she goes like blood everywhere and guts, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
She was like insane.
She went like, yeah.
She was like, what if they died, huh?
Yeah,
and they fucking got killed. Everybody died.
Yeah,
and it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't like really get resolved. Like they do this like, oh, this is how she's like reacting to her trauma.
She needs therapy.
But then there is like no conclusion. There's no like working through that trauma. She just kind of gets over it eventually, and you're like, what the fuck?
Well, Max, this is them making up for that misstep, because now we're going to have an incredibly nuanced and interesting PTSD her trauma storyline.
Yes,
with Ortega, the pilot.
Well,
the helmsman.
We'll see how it goes, because it's not going well up to this point.
Are you not excited?
I am, because I'm excited to see Star Trek in general. I just want them to make Star Trek.
Just some more, yeah. Give it another go.
Just give it another. Give it to someone else, maybe to try. You know,
until something sticks.
Someone give it to someone else, maybe than Alec Kurtzman, and not do revive the old crew and give them some new characters to work with. That would be fun to do, you know. But probably not. Probably it's not going to happen.
What about the next episode? Because where they put out 2 episodes.
Yeah,
a bit of a tonal whiplash, I would say.
Yes.
They kind of went from episode that was horrible and nobody was having fun to episode that was a cartoon.
Just like completely like
it was like a rom-com episode.
Yes.
So first of all, they don't know how to write Nurse Chapel. This shit is terrible. Like, it's so lazy for her to just have commitment issues and then not really address them not like have any source for it or anything, and just have her, the character, shrug to the viewer and go, I don't know.
Well, I guess this is what I'm doing now, you know? And
I guess I'm breaking up with Spock again, and I'm immediately dating the Doctor at the Fellowship for some reason.
Yeah, and it also feels so weird because they had like this huge like, you know, arc in the previous seasons of like developing their relationship, and I guess maybe, you know, some people are like that. Maybe they are able to just kind of move on.
I mean, they would need to, because we know Spock doesn't date her. We know this doesn't come to pass because of fate. We already know what's happening in the future as viewers. So we're aware of the fact that he's not going to stay with Nurse Chapel. Unfortunately, they are too stupid to write a good reason why they don't stay together. And instead she just is like unable to commit to people for some reason.
Yeah.
She just has weird commitment issues.
And she's not able to even tell him like, I'm moving on. It's like more like I need time. Like it's like that. I feel like it's
take a
different.
break. We'll take a break.
Take a break is different than I'm moving on. You know,
they were on a break.
It was Seinfeld. 3 months, and she was like done. You know, and I get that can happen, but at the same time, it's like it is lazy.
It's that's the thing. It feels like the kind of thing. It feels like the kind of lazy writing you hide behind like realism. Like, well, sometimes people just don't end up together, and it's like, yeah, that's true, but it's also good to like have a story. You know, it's also good for there to be like a narrative that we can engage with and follow, and not just like going, well, she just has commitment issues, I guess, and it's like, why?
Just like,
well, you know, she's got problems, and
in general, just like basically giving an entire episode to this thing, like this story bit, feels like insane. Like it feels like, why would you do that? Like this feels like a B plot that they would be resolving on the side. And here we're having like a huge.
I don't think there was even a. Yeah, there was a B plot this episode actually.
I guess in a way, yeah.
With Ortega's brother and Uhura.
Yes,
kind of flirting a little bit. That's
true.
It. that was the B plot. But you had Rhys Darby, Max. Remember from the Gay Pirate Show?
I didn't watch that, so I'm relying on you.
Remember from Flight of the Conchords, the New Zealand guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's funny. He's friends with like Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi, that kind of crowd. Taika Waititi, yeah.
Maybe we should get Taika Waititi to make a new Star Trek.
I just had a moment then. I was just kind of staring into space, imagining that.
Just imagine how funny that.
I mean, it can't be worse than what we've currently got, right?
In a Taika Waititi Star Trek film, you know.
He's making a Judge Dredd film now. Did you?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
the follow-up to Dredd.
Maybe it'll be good. You know. What is it? What was your theory? Was that because he got divorced, right? That
I think it's one of those things where his wife, who was or his ex-wife now, that was his producer on like What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People and stuff. I reckon she was a bit of like a good guiding star almost on what to do. Maybe offered some good input.
He's lost,
and now he's lost. He's divorced from her, and he seems to have like a harem, I guess.
He's like a Gorn.
He's like polyamorous. So he has like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's. I think he has partners with people that he works with, right?
Well, awesome.
So there's that I can't remember her name. The guy the lady that played Valkyrie in the Thor movies. I think he's dating her, but I think they have multiple partners. I think. All that to say, I think polyamory is ruining Taika Waititi. Nah, he can do whatever he wants, but I don't think he's I don't like him. Anyway.
Wow.
What are we talking about? Rhys Darby. What a great episode. We have like a possibly a baby Q. They're just a generic entity, but for some reason they decided one of these entities is gonna be voiced by John Delancey.
Yeah.
Which is maybe not a good pull, because I feel like unless they're really trying to hint at the idea that this is like a Q.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Well, you could have got like, I don't know, you could have got Taika Waititi. You could have just been like, do you want to voice an entity for like one scene? You can be Rhys Darby's dad.
This is the New Zealand entities in the Star Trek.
Maybe at least it would feel like it had a connection in some way. But as it currently is, it's just kind of like an Easter egg, I guess, a cameo that has gigantic implications.
They're like K's instead of Q's. They're K's because of Kiwi, you know.
That's fun. That's fun.
I guess maybe
Kiwi.
He's
a Kiwi.
Still a Q. I guess. But yeah.
He was. What was weird about this episode is that the whole thing about him not looking like Rhys Darby never came up. They had this whole little thing they kept hinting at that, we the viewer see him as Rhys Darby, but everybody else sees like an Endoran.
We see him in the reflections show his real face, and
but it never comes up in the episode. So like they kind of reference him being an Endoran, but there's no point in which he needs to be an Endoran, and there's nothing specific about him that would require him to hide his identity from people.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make any sense why he is pretending to be an Andorian.
Yeah,
at all. It's stupid. It's completely stupid. It's terrible.
There was this thing that was like a setup in the thing where with the Ortega's brother having the camera, and I think you said it was like,
I thought they would do something.
Camera. Yeah.
That's how they kind of get everybody to realize is that he sees in the camera, wait a minute, that Andoran guy is actually like a
entity.
it's some kind. It's like not that.
He's a
Why is
New
the camera
Zealand
showing him
guy.
as something else. But they don't do anything like that. They don't do anything in this episode.
It's not, like they really like it's so dumb because even the way like Spock gets out of it is really dumb. Like like he gets pissed off and like the shock of the like I don't know like being faced with the reality. I think that's what they say. That was like what knocks you out of like the illusion.
Well, it was
But,
love.
like-
No, love knocks
yeah, I
him
guess
because
so,
he was
yeah.
so he was still in love. So
Yeah.
the Doctor was still in love with Nurse Chapel, and that's why he realized something was wrong.
Yeah.
And then when the Doctor insulted, or when the Doctor told Spock about this,
Yeah.
he got so angry he punched him. But his immense love for Nurse Chapel
Yes.
is what knocked him out of it.
That's true, yeah.
And then
I forgot about that,
eventually, Spock tells Nurse Chapel at the altar, because there's a fake wedding going on,
yeah.
the poem that the Doctor initially told her. And
Yeah.
that's what snaps her out of it, because she goes, "Oh, I'm in love with the Doctor who I've known for 3 months instead of Spock,
Yeah.
who I've had a good couple misadventures with over the course of the TV series." But the weird thing is, so this was sort of going to be what I assumed the episode would go down. I'd assumed it would have a bit of a moral dilemma where Spock
Yeah.
is tempted to keep this lie going, right? Where he's
No.
like, this is what I want. And then eventually he comes, like, maybe his more human side comes out and he goes like, I want this though. And he pretends that it's logical to do it this way. Cause it's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm a better partner for her and stuff. But then he'd have a crisis of faith and he'd realize what he's doing is wrong. But no, as soon as he figures, first of all, it starts, he doesn't even know that they're being tricked.
Yeah.
And then when he finds out, he's immediately like, well, I will stop this immediately then. Because I've already internalized the fact that she doesn't love me anymore and doesn't want to be with me. And I just need to get over it. So from the get-go, our arc is finished. Minute 1.
Yeah, I know. It's
Our
insane,
character
yeah.
arc for the episode is completely finished. At which point we just have we just have a short little misadventure in which they're trying to convince everybody that
They have
Rhys Darby
gags.
is an
Gags are
alien.
happening,
There's just some gags, and it feels it's such tonal whiplash from last episode. There are no stakes whatsoever. And it's just stupid. It's just a really stupid episode. It's vaguely entertaining. Rhys Darby is an entertaining guy, I guess. I don't know if you'd agree.
I don't know.
So there's that
Whatever.
cameo, at least, that you might entertain you. But otherwise, it's just a really bad episode.
Mm-hmm.
The Dr. Corby gets turned into a dog at one point.
Yes, exactly. Like
feels-
like a bulldog, like a British bulldog was it? Or was it like a French bulldog? I don't know.
I think it was a British Bulldog.
Yeah.
And they're trying to go for like a very the original series kind of campy vibe episode, you know?
Mm-hmm. And we had
Where there's like a weird being that's just messing with them and then
Yeah.
eventually leaves. But it just falls too flat. It's just
and we
not
have
good.
a
There's no
setup.
stakes.
I guess the thing that was getting set up was like Laan was teaching Spock how to dance, and then
Yeah,
at
we
the end
got
of the
kind of
episode,
like a new
yeah.
relation. Because I guess Chapel isn't in it anymore. I guess she's not in the show anymore.
She's doing, they're hiking or whatever and doing like archaeology. Like that's what
My
she's
stomach
doing
has
now.
Made a strange noise. Hold on, let me double check. But I'm assuming she's not gonna be in the rest of the show.
Probably, right?
People
This is-
also ask, is Jess Bush LGBTQ? That's a good question. Thank you, Google.
What was this?
I was just looking
was
at
like the thing.
Jess
that you did.
Bush, the lady that plays
Yeah.
Nurse Chapel.
Nurse Chapel.
Nurse
yeah.
Chapel. I don't know. She's got a very sparse Wikipedia. I guess we'll have to wait and see if we see her again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll
But
come
yeah,
back
because
because
because they added Scotty to the crew now, so they have to like
Yeah, Scotty's
one
there.
in, one out, sort of thing. Happens. You got to do that.
Who else? Would you think they're gonna add? They're gonna add Sulu at some next. This season's gonna end with them having young Sulu.
No.
No, because think about it. Because Sulu was the helmsman Ortega is the current helmsman, but she's having terrible PTSD stuff right now.
You're right.
So they're going to need
a
new helmsman for the Enterprise. Who better than, oh my,
Yeah.
Sulu.
He's
back.
They de-age him.
They'd use George Takei
George Takei and de-age him. It's like that Malcolm in the Middle bit where he's like, I came to the house, you know?
I really want that, man.
I really want the part. But he's, maybe they won't because he's controversial because...
he is controversial now because of
he's
the
controversial.
troubles. I'm not too read up on it, so I shouldn't say. PD was getting cancelled, I believe.
That is a good point that maybe they're going to get him to be the helmsman. Yes.
Get out of here, Ortega. We're bringing in Sulu.
We're giving you debilitating PTSD that is going to make you unable to do your job, basically. That's what we're setting up currently. Yes.
Your trauma.
And
it's giving you imposter syndrome. It's back Max imposter syndrome.
God damn it. Imposter syndrome.
She's different now. Remember
maybe
that one?
syndrome,
Remember how we joked about that?
I do.
Ortega's different now.
What if the imposter syndrome is just an entity? It's like a Q-esque entity that
could be. Maybe it's a leftover Gorn egg in her brain.
Yeah, that's true. Because that Gorn did really got surprised when who was it? Laan shot his head off, and he was like,
"Yeah, that was great." Dude.
He was like, and then he got shot in the head.
Like jams the because the thing gored her. It like stuck his hand inside of her belly.
Yeah,
and lifted her up, and then Laan came over. Bam, gun in the neck.
It is nice that
blood
they do
everywhere.
At least,
splat.
It is nice that they do at least do some puppetry with them.
Yeah, there's some practical effects still, which is nice.
But there was a funny scene where there's a Laan is in frame and there's a Gorn like so far behind her, and it runs towards her in frame. And it takes like 10 seconds.
Like a 5-second shot.
Yeah,
it's this Gorn like sprinting at her from behind, and you're just like, "Oh, turn around, turn around,
so
behind you."
It's so
It doesn't
weird.
look very good. That whole scene in general is very bad because you have the actors who are on like a green screen set, and then you cut to like Unreal Engine rendering of Gorn ship where hundreds of Gorn are just off camera shooting back. Hundreds of them.
Yeah, there's so many. Like it is like insane how many there were, and there was like 5 of the crew of the Enterprise or whatever. Somehow they did it.
4, I think.
Or 4, yeah. It's
you
like
had the Doctor, you had Kirk's brother, you had Ortega, and you had Laan, right? Just 4 of them.
Mbenga was there. Yeah, so the
Doctor, Mbenga.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Mbenga's episode this season.
Yeah, he gets high again. He goes, he rips a guy's head off. Yeah. That would be fun.
These first 2 episodes were maybe a bit monk.
That would be funny if they're like... that would be very funny if all the actors are like out. Like they need to get out and they're going to kill everybody and replace them, but they're going to play the same characters. It's just going to be different actors, but they somehow do like a thing where they kill him anyway, but they have new actors play the same characters.
They're twin siblings.
Yeah, they do a thing. The entire crew of the Enterprise gets the thing that happens to Riker.
They sort of like refract off of the shield around this planet.
Yeah, but the angle of the refraction was a bit different, therefore they look different because they're different actors.
Yeah. Slightly.
Yeah, that's why they can't like acknowledge it in a way where it's like, oh yeah, they're all technically the same people, you know? So we get all the ranks, they can be captains, they can be whatever, science officers, they don't have to do anything, they just get different set of actors in the show. But
what was fake Riker's name? It was like Tom or something.
Ben Riker or something like that? No, Tom.
Because his name is like William T. Riker, isn't it?
Yeah, he was. There was the funny scene in that Deep Space Nine where he takes the mustache off and he goes like,
he's pretending. It was Thomas Riker.
Thomas Riker, yeah, and he's with the Maquis in the end because they were like, we're going to make you an ensign.
They did indeed.
I survived fucking 5 years on the planet on my own, and you're making me a fucking ensign. You fucks. I'm gonna become a terrorist. It's so much better. That show is so much better than whatever we're getting now.
It was good back then. It was good. That was what I felt after watching the first 2 episodes of Strange New Worlds yesterday. I did get that feeling of like, I should probably just rewatch Enterprise, right? Not Enterprise, rewatch TNG, then DS9, then Voyager, then Enterprise.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe throw the movies in there too. Have some fun. And then, just before Burnham turns up.
Yeah,
I always feel bad singling out Burnham specifically, but Burnham isn't necessarily the issue on Discovery. It's everything else as well.
It's nobody's...
Got a lot of problems, and Burnham isn't the main issue.
The actor's fault or anything like that. It's mostly just like...
Yeah, I mean, her performance wasn't the best, but it can be a direction issue,
Yeah, that's true. But, it's...
Excuse me.
Could have just been told to play it that way,
It's like, it doesn't need to be down to their skills as an actor. Yeah. But their performance in Discovery, it's nothing to write home about, I guess. Strange New Worlds, Max, are you looking forward to the rest of this season?
Very much so.
Oh yeah, the episode ended by Rhys Darby. His dad comes along and says, who's John Delancey, says, "Come on, it's time to go home now." And he goes, "Oh, but Dad, I want to keep messing with them. I want to mess with them, Dad." But he relents and he goes home and he makes everybody's minds normal, and they're all looking around like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. Awkward.
Did some kind of freaking entity just create some awkward moment for all of us? What the freaking hell?
Yeah, because there was a jubilee or whatever, right? It was like a celebration for like the 200th centennial for the Federation, right? They were like celebrating the fact that Federation's been around for so long, So it's like, they go like, I guess we're gonna go party now that we don't have a wedding to do, And there's Guinness.
There is Guinness. That was funny. That was funny.
2 pints of Guinness
as an institution survived the eugenics war and the nuclear holocaust. Guinness persevered. Somehow.
A refreshing pint of Guinness.
Guinness.
But yeah, and in the end they say like, they ask it like, why did he do that, like the entity, and it's like the Doctor is so beautiful, handsome,
like Dr.
and
Corby's
perfect.
Too perfect. Yeah. Dr. Corby was just too perfect.
Yeah, he's just like an average guy. It feels to me, honestly, but whatever.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, our episode ended like you said. They maybe seed a bit of a Spock La'an relationship. Noonien Singh. And then after that we get as well Ortega's storyline this season is going to clearly be around trauma from the Gorn did, because she got pretty messed up in the digestive tube, basically half her arm was digested off already.
Yes. Yeah.
And then she got stabbed fully through the stomach, and then had to fly a ship all the way back under heavy fire. So I don't. It's not that the trauma is unrealistic. I can definitely be like, it makes sense for this character to have a storyline where they are dealing with some issues based on that.
And they had trauma or Gorn trauma with La'an, and she got over it. So now Ortega gets the Gorn.
She's gonna need to talk to her. She's gonna need to be like, hey, I know you grew up on being hunted by the Gorn as a child. How do you get over it?
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be like, you just kill as many Gorn as possible. If you ever see a Gorn, you just make sure they die, and make sure they die in front of you.
Yeah.
And it gives you the briefest moment of relief and satisfaction.
Yeah.
But then it all comes back and you have to do it again.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I won't rest until I destroy every single Gorn in the galaxy.
And that might sound problematic, but unfortunately, the way that the Gorn are portrayed, I understand. They are literally a virus.
Maybe they were gonna get like a instead of a Spock and La'an relationship, there's gonna be a Gorn that's gonna be like, I didn't see the flash that made me a locust, and La'an gets into a relationship with a Gorn. That would
So
be
what you're saying
interesting.
is that we're gonna get another.
Yes, that's what. And then we're gonna recycle the Discovery. That's what I'm gonna say. Yes.
We're gonna get another guy who's like, I think I should end up with. Yeah, I always thought it made sense that, me and her. I know I
Spock
was
is like,
a Nazi and she was like a Jewish concentration camp survivor.
no.
But I always thought that it made sense in the story for our two characters to end. Like, he was crazy, man. Golden Cat's actor was crazy.
It's insane.
It's
Yes.
insane. Like, I know actors obviously always have their own interpretation of where their characters are going to go, but that one's insane.
It is very much funny how like they were like, please don't, like
They were like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
In
Kira's
what
actor.
world would that ever make sense?
Yeah.
Nana
It's
Visitor,
insane.
yeah, she was like, why would that ever happen?
Please don't make me do.
I mean, they had to come up with a fucking whole episode just to satiate him, I guess, where it turned out like,
it's
oh
his
yeah,
mum.
Kira's mother did that.
It's insane, yeah. Kind of, in a
So
way.
strange, man.
It is very much strange. But, you can have lows when you have pretty good highs, but when it's
That's
all kind
true.
of
That's true.
mid, you're kind
Yeah,
of
when
like,
it's all pretty mid, the lows hit extra hard, I guess.
exactly. And
And in a way, if everything else is a high, even the lows can feel like highs.
that's true. How many episodes is it this season?
10,
Is
I
it
think.
10 again? Right?
I think so. Like, as bad as it is, the episode where they get put in the board game in season 1 in DS9 is awesome in my brain, even though it's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
absolutely terrible.
Yes.
Dynamite rain, count to 10, ham and heavy. Can't remember how the song goes.
Gotta go home. What was it? Go home. What did they say?
Go along, run along, go along home. Go along home.
Go along home.
This it's 10 episodes.
It's 10 episodes.
10 episodes. Strange New Worlds ahead. We got 9. We got 8 more weeks to go.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Yep. Hopes are not high, but at least the format is better. Like, we know it's not going to get tiring after 5 weeks, and we're going, God, we're still talking about the one they have to. They're in a library and they're finding a map now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, this is so boring. At least it's going to be like, oh, this episode the crew was forced to reenact Greece.
Mm-hmm.
They were forced to sing their favorite Hamilton songs for some reason. That's stupid, but all right. On to next week,
Yeah.
At least that format helps.
Yeah, exactly. And so we might get something good out of it, but
Yep.
I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
All right. Well,
Max, what did you think of Ghost World?
I forgot we got talk so long about this.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
No, I liked it. It was it was an interesting kind of look back. It's just like in general, like looking at the media from the time, right? Like the 90s,
It was 2001.
it was early 2000s, right? It's like
Turn of the century, turn of the millennium.
just the comparison of like the problems, right? That kind of people thought, like even young people, like thought are gonna be, kind of like important, right? In a way, it's so much different to what it is now. I feel like with young people, and we're probably gonna get sooner enough. We're gonna get media about today's youth growing up and making media about our times. But yeah, in general, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the performance of what's he called? What?
Steve.
Steve Buscemi, yeah.
I call him Steve because
Because he's on first
spent
name
some
basis.
time with him,
You were
yeah.
on that. You were on that plane with him on an aircon, Con Air, right?
no, I met him on the set of The Sopranos.
Okay. But yeah, it is. I guess it is. I don't know how. Like that's the thing. I would have to look into like the feedback. I guess that people, not feedback, but like how people reacted to the kind of plot, right, that happens in this movie, where it turns out that they do kind of consummate the relationship, I guess, in a weird way, you know, or where it turns sexual at one point.
Not a
But
weird
in
way
like
to do. You could just say they have sex.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like
I
don't know. It's like because it's like it's such a long, you know,
Yeah,
relationship that they
drawn out,
have
it's
throughout the
drawn
entire.
out. Well,
Yeah.
because you know, she plays with everybody, doesn't she? She
Yeah.
plays with everybody.
Yeah,
She pulls a lot of people along, not just him, but Scarlett Johansson's character and everything. And
yeah.
yeah.
She gets her way basically with even like things like there's like the scene where they went to the adult store, you know, and he's like, I don't want to do this, you know, and things like that. But there is like that angle of like, oh, you know, stop being a pushover in a way, you know, like there is like the kind of like you're the adult in this and you shouldn't be allowing this, you know, and you know, just kind of stop being so hopeless, you know, in a way.
Do you think she killed herself at the end?
I guess you
That's
can
how some
interpret it
people
that way,
interpret
yeah.
the getting on the bus at the end as suicide.
Because there is like that line that it's also kind of near that, right? That event where she says that like, oh, sometimes I dream about I'm kind of just going into the woods and disappearing, you know?
Not so much going in the woods, more just like the idea of going to an entirely new town and
No, that's what
becoming
she
somebody
says.
new, you know.
She says that, like, I want to go into the woods and disappear. Like, that's a
Oh,
line
right,
that
okay.
she
I'm
says in the
thinking of a
movie.
different bit.
No, she, like, literally says that, and you're like, oh, shit, you know, maybe that is literally what she means, you know? What that ending kind of then portrays, you know, in a way. But it's like, the thing is that you still have the parallel with the guy that sits there, right? And it's like, what does that mean, you know? Does that also mean his death in a way? Does he just die? Like, that's what it represents, that he isn't there, and she kind of sees it in a way when he's always there, and when he isn't there, she kind of imagines him getting on a bus and driving away, you know?
Yeah.
And then she
Getting
kind of
out of that
proceeds to
town.
do, because like that's the thing, right? Like he's like, I really like that character, like him just sitting on that bench, and he literally says like she sees him as this anchor, right? Like she sees him as this like constant, and then near the end of the movie, he throws out a line of like, oh, I'm sitting here to get out of Dodge, like to get out of town. And in the reality, he isn't actually like a constant. Like he is lost in a way. Like even though he's in the same place, you know, like he's always there, but in reality, he's not here, you know, in a way. like she is. Like there's a parallel between these two characters, you know. But yeah, it's just a interesting story. It would be interesting to read the comic now. I guess is it a series or is it just one comic? I'm not sure.
I think it was a set of comics, but it's collected into one comic called Ghost World.
Yeah.
Like one volume, I guess.
Yeah,
collection.
it would be interesting to see the difference and parallels.
No, I still
maybe
would like
it's
to read it.
much more obvious in that kind of medium, right? But yeah, it's
Ghost World.
It is
I'm glad you
interesting.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was watching it thinking you'd enjoy it, but to a degree where I was thinking about it and I was like, has he already seen it? I was starting to think like, did he already talk about this film maybe and I forgot?
No, I don't. I that's the thing. I
Well,
said that already.
Obviously you hadn't. So.
Yeah, I already spoke about it where I was just like, I think you mentioned Ghost World at some point to me in the comic, like that there's a comic like that.
Yeah.
and I would see Ghost World on the like streaming service, right? Like, and I would be like, oh, I should probably watch this at some point. And then, you know, you basically push me to watch it, which is good because it's a good movie, you know?
It was a good movie.
And
Great movie.
just like,
Ghost World.
like a lot of stuff in this. Like, that's the thing. There's a lot of just about relationships, you know, of like, like what are we willing to
the
do
past
for
as
a,
well.
what? Yeah, exactly.
Relationship to the past. As well.
Yeah. What are we willing to do for relationships, you know? And like we have that example of like what was he called? He had like a Philip or something like that. What did the Steve Buscemi's character? He has that entire thing with like he is stuck in the past where like he's got the albums and stuff like that, but also you have the that newspaper thing. What's it called? Like what they call it? Like a personal, right? That's what they call it.
A personal ad, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, I saw this lady, like I saw you, and like
we met on the bus.
I think we had like a thing going.
Lens.
Yeah. And it's like,
is it just me or did we have a moment?
Yeah, and he's like stuck in that, you know, and not able to kind of get out of that mindset. Like he's not able to make any other connections in life, you know. Therefore, he's kind of stuck in this like in this one instance where he was able to like connect to a person for a second, you know. And he gets it in the end, right? She calls him, you know, and and he's kind of turns out it's not really what he wants, you know. Like it's he feels obligated in a way because he was obsessive about it for so long that he felt he wanted it for so long, and that he has to be in this relationship, you know. And and then you have like their relationship.
I love the plot line with the art teacher. Art teacher.
Oh yeah. I even like it made me laugh because there was a the first instance when the character gets introduced, she shows the movie, like a artsy film that she made, and I took a picture of the like subtitle that pops up at the end, and it says like this movie was funded the Federation for the Advancement of Mature Women in the Arts, the Struggling Artist Foundation, and then there's like the Why Not Me project. And I was like, oh come on, you know. You have like the kind of parallel of like kind of a loser, I guess, right? You know what I mean? Like this person that it's like the ego, right? In a way, like you see yourself in a particular way, and you want other people to see you that way, you know, too.
Yeah.
And there's that thing, like I feel like there's like that. The main character sees herself in Buscemi's character a lot, and like there is that line that she says to him, is like, I can't like get over the fact that like a person like you can't get a date, you know, like because she sees herself in him, and therefore like she feels like she won't be able to find that connection, you know, in life. It's there's a lot in this film, and kind of, but it's a great movie. Film. Yeah, and I like the realism of it in terms of just like it is like a situation that is, you know, relatable in a way, you know,
relatability of it,
relatable dynamics between people, and like, you know, it doesn't really go over, like it's not goes into like insane territory at all, but it's all pretty believable, you know, in what happens, grounded. You know, grounded, exactly. It's a pretty grounded story, you know. Recommended. Ghost World.
Well, if you were sick of Strange New Worlds this week, watch Ghost World, and join us next week for another exciting episode of Strange New World. I'm so excited for episode 3, where something will happen.
I was so much. Wait. It did. These 2 episodes did really. I had a lot of like, Star Trek's coming back, and these 2 episodes did really
Well, how about you calm down and give them a damn chance, okay?
That's true,
Let them
you know.
work. 2 episodes in and you're ready to write it off? Come on, give them 8 at least.
Let him cook, you know.
Give
Let
them
him
a
cook,
whole
they
nother
say.
2 seasons at least to cook.
Yeah, as we
And then
know,
we'll see where we're at when we're in the last
as we
season.
know, Star Trek gets good there on like 3rd season, you know. So you know, it's
Exactly.
there. You go. This is the time,
The
right?
first 2 seasons are a bit hard. Now,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're probably saying, well, yeah, but those first 2 seasons before would be like 24 episodes each, and now they're only 10 each. So wouldn't it be more accurate to say that it's more around season 6 of a current TV show runtime that it gets good? Maybe, but unfortunately they're not making 6 seasons of this.
Yeah,
They're making 5. And we'll never know. Let's
Exactly.
just hope this one gets better. Anyway, thanks for listening to Dead Ensigns. We'll be back next week to talk about the next episode. I've been Ben, this has been Max. If you'd like to tell us your thoughts on it, you can email deadensigns@gmail.com or leave a comment on YouTube or even on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon thing, and other podcast apps, where you will also be able to like and save it or subscribe or rate it in some way. We appreciate the feedback. It's handy. But until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.